ancient aliens, and there's always this fat lady singing, or the fat guy sings. For how long has it been? 2 decades? This guy's been speculating. What if? What if? How many more decades of what if? Or have you ever thought, I can't remember what he says all the time, but can we have some fucking conclusions? People are not stupid, and people need to know. See, Jezebel, the spirit of Narcissus was in the spirit of Jezebel. This woman who was a prostitute, but she married the king Ahab, and she was the power behind the throne, basically. And what she would do is forge the signature of the king, for instance. That's just an example of what a narcissist will do, is speak on your behalf. So let's get to Eisenhower. When he made that deal, he cut a deal with aliens in 1954. Are we supposed to believe that aliens spoke English? How the hell do you cut a deal with things that chirp like birds? How the hell does that happen? So in a globalist, if you can't have it both ways. If you want a globalist world, a global currency, a global anything, which it already is, because we got the technology. You can't have lies anymore. Secrecy is repugnant, said JFK. All secrecy is repugnant, because after Roswell crash, they had decided to keep it a secret because it was very shortly after the Japanese thing in Pearl Harbor. And this guy, his testimony as a funeral director and a guy who saw stuff, Glenn Davis, among other things, that Richard Corso, suction cups on the fingers, whatever these ancient aliens were, they kind of look like fetuses, and also maybe ancient Chinese people in the head, but like I'm talking like those ancient legends. So why wouldn't they come out and let the Chinese know about this? And also to decide, like, and if these are the gods, if you're letting this happen on TV, you are letting all of this speculation, and our minds are running wild. We are being gaslit because we're not being told, we're being teased and jerked around. We're being blue-balled here, because what if these are the gods? What if this is God, or our personal gods? Like, what if those of us who are Chinese or have some Chinese blood, or black blood or white blood, whatever you want to call it, different noses. You could bring it down to like, what kind of nose do you have? Do you have a nose that sticks out, a nose that's round, or a nose that's wide, and also the lips? But the point is this. The point is this. If you're messing around with God and killing God, that's the only logical reason why you should think that you have any power, or you're not afraid to mess around with humanity, because you're messing around with their history, their religion, their beliefs. So the disclosure has to happen, especially since the world has gone global and digital, because you can't gaslight. You can't constantly be like the kid who puts his finger in the dike, here, there, here, there, here, there. So in the 40s, they killed people for knowing this information because they didn't want it to get out. So if you really call yourselves an enlightened future, like I'm talking to you people like Silicon Valley or whoever, all you people who think you can, the future is you and the youth, then you're going to have to demand from all governments that they release en masse everything they know to everyone, so that, because it's extremely dangerous when you have everybody thinking and just speculating. That's what happened with, you complain about the Holocaust and Hitler, but that's all because he knew a lot of occult stuff, and it's all imbalanced, because you have to balance it out with maturity and a mature, a mature net to catch all this garbage. And you can't think that people are going to be embarrassed because the aliens stunk so bad. Well, you're going to have to have your chemists, your organic chemists on hand to explain why certain things stink when it's a cancer. Cancer stinks. And sometimes they're not cancer, but the point is that nothing is pleasant. And what's weird is that they're already showing the children all these creepy cartoons, and yet they're afraid to show us aliens that might have smelled bad. What the fuck's going on here? What kind of a 20th century is this? This is the 21st century, actually, I think. It's time for full disclosure. It's beyond time to get... The fat man has sung, and he won't stop. And the Smithsonian's been stealing giant bones.